I had tried one of your previous ones at some point. It was the bears.
Yeah.
And I ate up to the feet or the shins regularly. And one night I got some actual dispensary, because we have legal weed in Illinois. So I got some dispensary gummies. And I was used to like the 45-minute-ish time from the gummies, like the bear gummies. And I didn't know that the dispensary ones kick in a lot quicker, like 20 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, the ones that I had did. And I drove to a Casey's gas station, and I was like, I'll get a slice of pizza. And right as I was reaching for that slice of pizza, I was like, man, this is taking a long time to get this slice of pizza into my hands. Everything is like really hard right now. And I realized that shit had kicked in the Casey's General Store. And I think it was a 20-minute visit to Casey's to get just like 2 slices of pizza and a fountain pop. And that was probably the worst visit to a gas station I've ever had.
Yeah. You don't want to be high as shit at Casey's.
Nope.
Dude, I have to go through I have a whole inner pep talk that I have to give myself in scenarios like that. It's like, all right, first of all, bro, it's not that no one's looking at you. It's that no one has a reason to yet. So
I knew something was wrong because like the guy working the pizza stand at Casey's was like looking at me weird. I'm like, if he's looking at me like I'm high, then like I'm high, because that guy's probably high too.
That guy's at the pizza guy at Casey's. Yeah.
He's like, bro, you fucking.
I don't know. I don't know where all Casey's is. It's like it's almost like
Corn
like a
Towns,
smaller Buc-ee's kind of thing. Like it's a nice like a quick trip almost.
It's like like a quick trip, like a gas station that has a little restaurant side to it. But
some like you said, you're from Illinois. Like I know back when, because I'm in Missouri, where I knew people who would go to Illinois before we legalized it here and would buy it there. And like everyone I know who did that literally did it once and was like, fuck Illinois weed and their prices. I'm just going to buy from drug dealers. And then now that it's legal in Missouri, I've heard of people in Illinois driving here.
Really?
Because our prices are so much better than Illinois. I don't know how, but they really fucked. Like, something in Illinois they did, like, it's so much more expensive than other places.
Gotten better than it was when it started. Like, when it started, it was really bad. But now it's like you can go there and, like, it's decent. Like, most of my friends that are all potheads still have dealers and stuff that they get it from because it's, like, still way cheaper. But it's gotten a lot better. But when you go to, like, Denver, like, we took a trip in June, me and my friends, and it's like, they're like, you want a pen for $7? And, like, it's so fucking cheap out there.
Yeah,
and it'll be strong as fuck. It'll be strong as fuck. I had like a 2 or 3 year tolerance break, and then I went out there a couple years ago, and I had big plans. I had big plans on. I was like, yeah, we'll do this on this day, we'll do that on that day, and I hit that pin that I bought a whole gram, and it was like, oh my god, I'm on a morphine trip. I can't do anything but watch movies and giggle. Like, I don't think we're gonna be going to the track. Yeah, so fucking strong. It's shocking, especially if you have like no tolerance whatsoever. It's so strong.
I usually don't
but Illinois weed is garbage. I've driven up to Illinois to have like a weedcation before, and it was the worst weedcation ever. It was terrible. First of all, the drive from Atlanta to the bottom of Illinois,
Southern Illinois.
We went to the bottom of Illinois. That's like
the lowest point possible, right? I'm just looking for a dispensary and like a place to hang out. And
barely into Illinois.
it was so expensive and it was so bad. It made no sense. And one of the dispensaries in particular, I was in their parking lot reading the reviews, and they were so scary. I was a little intimidated to even go in there. It was like the security guard had his hand on his pistol the whole time. It wasn't even buckled down. I was just trying to get high. To be honest, I was already high. So that was really scary for me. And he barked at me when I dropped my ID. It's like, that wasn't like an isolated event. One person after another was like, their security guard is scary. I'm out there like, fuck, all right. Put our game face on. We got to go deal with the scary security guard, I guess. And it wasn't like that, but it was like, come through this gate. All right, show your fucking ID. All right, he's good. He's clean. Wave him through. And a door opens for a second. And you're in the room and you're like, huh, am I allowed to touch things in this room? Or is there a gate I go through? Like,
pick something off the iPad.
That's what they do. Yeah. You go over to a fucking iPad, you buy your thing, and it goes up on a big board like a deli. and you go up there and get your shit once it's been brought out of a safe, I'm sure, and passed 2 different hands and then handed to a guy through a little hole in the wall. It's like, dude, this is not plutonium.
I haven't seen any like armed guards at the ones in Missouri at all. Like
There's
I remember
armed
seeing
ones
them
here.
in
Like there's guards,
Colorado.
but they're not armed.
All armed.
They're like
Illinois.
that kind of security where it's like they have the shirt. That's about it.
I bet if I like went to a dispensary like down in the city of St. Louis, I'd probably have a guard.
Some of the ones in Denver I went to like a few
Everybody's
years
got
ago.
cash
Like,
money.
it's like a liquor store, but it's like you have to go. It feels like a District 9 kind of thing, like where you walk through and it's like the dirtiest looking room you've ever been in, and then they buzz you through, and then it's like a liquor store with weed. Like they're just everywhere.
The ones here I've gone to are like nice and clean, and it could be maybe it's just so early in the process that they haven't gotten shitty and dirty yet. But
the one here in my town's like it's a lot better. Like it used to be like more like prison, but now it's like they actually bought the whole building now, and they have like a nice storefront. It's a lot better to go in than it was when we had it legalized.
The laws are fucked though still about where you can smoke weed. You've got to be in your own residence, or it's like such a weird loopholey nonsensical thing that and look, it's not like you're getting busted on the street. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not worried about that.
Are you describing Georgia or more?
Colorado, Denver, Colorado, the state. You got to smoke in your house. But like I said, they're not going to bust you on the street. What I'm saying is you can't have a business that's open for the purposes of people coming there and smoking in the open, because that is against the law. And you can't have a business running that's breaking the law, right? And we're going to organize crime now or some shit. We end up RICO'd like Trump. So if you just want to like come there and smoke weed, it's hard to find a legal way to do that. Like if you had a layover and you just want to, hey, I'm here and I have my car out there. I have an Uber and I have money. How do I get high? And it's kind of hard to make that happen. And I think before Airbnb was available, we found this like weed cafe, and it was so weird how like they were left hand was shaking the right to make the businesses not be this. I don't know what the laws are exactly, but it was clear that some things were considered serving food and some things were considered like, the basket of peppermints at a gas station. So they were riding that line. Yeah, we've got snacks and drinks over there. And it's like, man, that's the worst snacks and drinks I've ever seen. It's like Nature Valley bars and peppermints and bottles of water and shit. It's like I just spent $200 on weed right through that little curtain area over there. That's a completely different business.
Enjoy it with a hot tap soda.
They're like, no, that's a whole different business you stepped into over there. That's a whole different building even. And it's like, oh, okay. It was this nonsense way of doing it. And we were in a room with like concrete block walls, like school again, and like a shitty TV on the wall. And I'm like, man, we spent a lot of money to come in here and smoke in this dirty ass room.
Yeah, right.
I can tell you that like nobody is taking it seriously, because like going downtown now, like to a Blues game, or like I went to one of the St. Louis soccer team games. It was pretty fun actually. Like it just outside of those places just reeks like weed. So people are not obeying the law.
Well, we needed an inside space was the thing, and we didn't have one available yet. Because, we didn't just want to stand in the hot sun outside and smoke weed on the side of the road, which was the alternative.
Was this after prison?
Shit, I don't remember, man. We were smoking a lot of weed during that period. Yeah, this had to be right after. I think maybe that's when we landed.
Because you're real law abiding in this story, and I'm like, couldn't you just smoke in the streets? It seems like people do. I feel like if I walked down Denver, I'd smell pot.
Well, it was also like, I think we had like they had bongs you could use maybe. I don't remember exactly what we were smoking. We wanted to be indoors. It was hot. It was summertime.
Oh, okay.
So
it was like part of the motivation.
Sweating your balls out. And we didn't have anywhere to go either. We need like somewhere to chill before the Airbnb like finished its cleaning or whatever to let us in.
We can go to Vegas, because Vegas, like when I went in January, like I think they've had it legal for a little while now. And like getting to Chris Angel's show was like through the Planet Hollywood Mall. And since you can just smoke cigarettes inside there, which is like, that was crazy to me. I haven't been like around that since like I was at a TGI Fridays as a kid, but like it's just weed inside the mall everywhere.
Really?
Like we're walking down the mall and it's like you just smell weed. Like people are just smoking inside and nobody gives a shit.